Think about how many rings you see every single day. Maybe on your own hand, on friends, on strangers. But what if I told you that simple, common little object holds the potential for a truly, and I mean truly, shocking injury? Let's break down the hidden danger of a ring.
So, let's just get right to it. The big question, can a ring actually rip off your finger? I know, it sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, right? But the answer, terrifyingly, is yes. And we're about to dive into exactly how that's even possible.
Okay, so this hidden peril we're talking about, it actually has a name. It's called a ring avulsion injury. And what it is, it's this perfect storm of bad luck, physics, and biology, all colliding in just a fraction of a second.
Now, you might be thinking this has to be some kind of freak accident, a 1 in a billion thing, but it's not. There's actually a predictable and, yeah, pretty horrifying chain of events that can turn a simple piece of jewelry into a powerful and, well, destructive tool.
So, how does a catastrophic chain reaction like this even get started? Well, that's maybe the scariest part. It begins with something incredibly mundane, an action you might do dozens of times a day without even thinking about it.
All it takes is a single, fast movement. Imagine jumping down from something, or reaching out to catch a falling object, or even just moving quickly past a piece of machinery. If your ring catches on something that's not moving, while your body keeps moving, the stage is set for disaster.
To really get your head around the mechanics of this, our source material uses a really clever analogy, a zip tie. You know how once you pull it, it only goes one way, right? Tighter, there's no backing out. And that right there is the key to the physics at play. The snagged ring acts exactly like that zip tie, but with instantaneous and just immense force. It doesn't just pull, it instantly clamps down, creating this unyielding, inescapable pressure on the soft tissue of your finger.
Now, that intense physical force immediately triggers a biological catastrophe. And here's the wild part. Your own body's response actually starts to work against you in this rapid and devastating cascade.
It's really a devastating four-step process. So 1, the ring snags. 2, instantly, the blood vessels are clamped shut. 3, the finger, with no circulation, starts to swell up like crazy. And finally, 4, with no oxygen getting in, the flesh literally begins to starve. And let's be super clear about this clamping action. We are not talking about a partial blockage here. The force is so immediate and so concentrated by that thin band of metal that it completely severs your finger's blood supply. And here's the really cruel twist in all this. Your body's natural response to injury, swelling, makes a terrible situation even worse. As all that fluid rushes to the area, it has nowhere to go, so it just pushes against the unmoving ring, making it an even tighter tourniquet. The result is cellular death. The tissue is literally being starved of the oxygen it needs to live, and it begins to die with alarming speed. And all of this happens in just a matter of moments. This entire sequence, from that first little snag all the way to tissue death, leads us to the shocking climax of the injury, and it has a name that is every bit as graphic as the injury itself.
This is where we get to the most horrifying part. The source material puts it bluntly. It doesn't just pull, it degloves the bone. Just think about that for a second. The ring doesn't break. Your finger does. As your body continues to move forward, the ring stays put, stripping the skin, the nerves, and all the tissue right off the bone.
The medical term for this is ring avulsion. It's a surprisingly sterile-sounding name for what is an incredibly severe and traumatic injury, where the soft tissue is literally torn away from the bone.
So, what's the ultimate takeaway here? An everyday object, something we associate with love and commitment, can, under the right and truly terrible circumstances, cause an almost unthinkable injury. It's a stark reminder that even the most familiar things can hold hidden dangers. It really makes you look at the world a little differently, doesn't it?